What's up, everyone? We're back with another reaction, and today we're going to be checking out another, well, it's not a music video, but it's another video on Our Ladies of Band-Maid. This one is why Band-Maid's unique sound is dominating the music scene. Because it's really, really good. And if I'm not mistaken, don't all the musicians of the group have their own like signature like guitars and bass and drum sets and everything? Like, I mean, you got to be at least decent to get those kind of sponsorships. And so yeah, let's I'm probably gonna hear a lot of stuff that we already know, because I mean we already know these girls are amazing, but it's always good to see a different side and different like perspective. And I mean, it's always great to hear people praising them, because they definitely deserve it. They did, like I said many times, give these ladies their flowers. They frickin' deserve it. So without further ado, let's learn a little bit more about Miku's planned world domination. Please remember to like and subscribe. Let's go.
Tokyo, a city where tradition and the future collide, where the quiet calm of a temple can sit just around the corner from glowing skyscrapers, arcades, and themed cafes. And in the middle of this cultural clash, something incredible was born. A band that took one of the most unexpected images in Japanese pop culture and fused it with some of the heaviest, tightest, and most exhilarating rock music of the 21st century. This is the story of Band-Maid, 5 women in frilly made outfits who stormed onto the scene in 2013 and flipped the script on what rock could look like, sound like, and feel like. They didn't just blur the lines between image and sound, they shattered them, leaving critics, fans, and even skeptics stunned. Because let's face it, at first glance you'd think maid uniforms and hard rock? It sounds like a gimmick, right? But what Band-Maid created was no gimmick.
Shouldn't they have learned already that a lot of the stuff that comes out of Japan is not a gimmick? I mean, they said that shit about Baby Metal when they first came out. That's got to be one of the longest running gimmicks I've ever seen, then, if that's the case. I mean, people are so freaking hard-headed nowadays. They don't give things a chance, and they don't give it the benefit of the doubt. Which in the end, it screws a lot of these groups over, because it doesn't give them the recognition they need at the right times to where they can go completely global or just explode in the music scene. But I mean, they're just, every little bit they're pushing themselves more and more and more into the music scene, and it seems like they're earning their respect more and more. Well-deserved respect.
It was the real deal. And today, their music echoes across the globe, with millions of views on YouTube, sold-out tours across the world, and a reputation for being one of the tightest live bands in rock. Band-Maid isn't just a Japanese success story. They're an international phenomenon. They've performed at legendary festivals, had their music in anime and on Netflix, and they're still charging forward with one goal in mind: world domination. But before the fame, before the thunderous riffs...
Wait, they have something on Netflix for them? What? Sorry about this. If this is still a thing, then it's probably not going to be available in my area, but Band-Maid. And Wednesday Addams comes up. All right. I can't even ask.
And roaring crowds, this story starts in one of the most unlikely of places, a maid cafe in Akihabara, For those who don't know, maid cafes are a special kind of themed restaurant in Japan, where servers dressed in cute maid outfits greet you with over-the-top politeness, little chants, and playful performances. It's quirky, it's whimsical, and it's about as far from hard rock as you can imagine. Or at least, that's what everyone thought. Enter Miku Kobato.
Yeah, until that beautiful little pigeon right there came into the scene.
That's what everyone thought. Enter Miku Kobato, the former maid cafe employee, guitarist, and dreamer. Miku had a wild idea. What if you combine the eye-catching visual?
Wait. She wasn't a guitarist yet. Remember that. Come on, buddy.
Of a maid cafe with the earth-shaking power of rock and roll. Cute on the outside, ferocious on the inside. Sugar and steel. And with that vision in her head, she set out to recruit a band that could pull it off, and oh boy, did she succeed. One by one, the lineup came together. Konami Tono, the virtuoso guitarist with a flair for shredding. Akane Hirose, the thunderous drummer whose precision is the backbone of the band. Nisa, the effortlessly cool bassist whose grooves could shake stadiums. And finally, Saiki Yatsumi, the powerhouse vocalist with a voice that could cut through walls of sound. Together, they weren't just a band, they were a storm in waiting. At first, audiences didn't quite know what to make of them. Dressed like maids but playing like seasoned pros, Band-Maid was as confusing as they were captivating. But that was the magic. People came for the curiosity and stayed for the music. And soon, the world began to notice. See, Band-Maid didn't just want to play music, they wanted to create.
And it seems like from all like the early on videos and stuff, like especially like their live stuff, it seems like they had the stage presence nailed right off the bat. Like Psyche already knew how to control that crowd. Well, same with Miku. She's a natural. Like the way when she does her thing, like she has that whole crowd just like all eyes on her. And right back at you guys.
An experience. Their concerts weren't just shows. They were called services, as if the audience were customers in their global cafe. Fans weren't just fans. They were masters and princesses. And when the band commanded the crowd with special chants, the audience obeyed. It was theatrical, it was immersive, and most importantly, it rocked. From their very first EP, made in Japan in 2014, to their latest albums topping charts around the world, Band-Maid's story has been one of steady, unstoppable growth. What started as a quirky idea in a cafe exploded into a full-scale global conquest. Their riffs traveled farther than they could have imagined, reaching fans in the US, Europe, South America, and beyond. And the craziest part? They're still just getting started. So how did 5 women in maid outfits go from playing small Tokyo clubs to storming international festivals like Lollapalooza? How did they overcome skepticism, rise above?
Yeah, see, my little introduction to them was a little different. It wasn't a YouTube algorithm. Very well known person in the Band-Maid community. Thank you, Roger, if you end up watching this. You know I'm going to thank you every time because I wouldn't have known this great music if it weren't for you. Like, I think go figure is off of fucking Stray Kids videos. Like, it's crazy how either Stray Kids or XG, one of the two, is where he found me and direct me to here. But hell, we're here. After many Band-Maids reactions, I just waiting to the day till I could actually see them live. Because I'm kind of disappointed that they freaking. I could have sworn somebody said that they were here in Chicago before. I think it was the year before Yeah, I think they were at Lala the year before that I went, because I went in 2024. And of course, I found out that Hanabiye was there last year too, but I didn't know who they were at the time. It was they were there that Sunday. I went on Friday. So, but hell, got nothing but time, and I'll wait for these ladies. I will freaking wait.
Of the Gimmick label and prove themselves as one of the most respected rock acts in the world? And what does their future hold as they continue marching toward their self-declared goal of world domination? This is the story of Band-Maid. Looking back at Band-Maid's incredible journey, it's almost surreal to see how far they've come from those early made cafe inspirations to becoming one of Japan's most respected and globally celebrated.
Oh, the warning. I didn't even recognize him at first. I'm kind of disappointed. Pause, my girl.
Early made cafe inspirations to becoming one of Japan's most respected and globally celebrated rock acts. Their list of achievements reads like the resume of a band twice their age. They've released a string of critically acclaimed albums, from their debut mini-album Made in Japan in 2014 to Brand New Made in 2016, which first put them on the international radar, and then Conqueror in 2019, which landed them on both Japanese and Western charts, a rare feat for a Japanese rock band. They've broken into Billboard's world charts, topped Oricon rock rankings, and earned chart placements in countries as far-reaching as the United States, the UK, and across Europe. Their live performances have gone from tiny
Getting
Tokyo clubs to
goosebumps.
massive international stages, culminating in historic moments like their 2023 appearance at Lollapalooza in Chicago, where they became the first Japanese.
That should show you that I love these girls. Freaking getting goosebumps just hearing about this stuff. Like, hearing about their achievements, and it like makes me feel proud of them. Like,
Have gone from tiny Tokyo clubs to massive international stages, culminating in historic moments like their 2023 appearance at Lollapalooza in Chicago, where they became the first Japanese rock band since X-Japan to perform at the legendary festival, drawing a crowd of more than 20,000.
see, like I fucking said, they were right under my nose. They were literally an hour away from me, and I didn't even know who they were. At least Lala's starting to bring those kind of groups here now. Yeah, a lot of the music that they've been selecting. Yeah, it's they need to rethink a lot of their who they book.
2023 appearance at Lollapalooza in Chicago, where they became the first Japanese rock band since X-Japan to perform at the legendary festival, drawing a crowd of more than 20,000 fans who chanted along to every note. Their reputation as a live powerhouse is cemented not just by the energy they bring, but by the sheer precision and tightness of their playing, often drawing praise from professional musicians and critics who rank them alongside the best rock acts in the world today. On top of that, their music has reached millions through other media, with songs featured in anime like Kengen Ashura and Grendizer Yu, as well as a cameo in Netflix's action film Kate, which introduced them to a whole new global audience. They've earned awards like the Classic Rock Roll of Honor's Japan Next Generation recognition and the Neo Award for Best Musical Act, but perhaps their greatest achievement is the respect they've gained from fans and peers alike. What started as a concept many thought would be a passing novelty has become a shining example of how vision, talent, and determination can overturn expectations. Band-Maid has proven beyond doubt that they're not only here to stay, but here to lead. As for the future, the outlook couldn't be brighter. Their 2024 release Epic Narratives showcased not just their maturity as musicians, but their willingness to push boundaries, incorporating more complexity and cinematic scale into their sound, while still keeping the raw energy fans love. It charted worldwide, proving their momentum is still growing strong more than a decade after their debut. With anime tie-ins expanding their
Misa looks so happy with her bear. Look at that face. Got her little pigeon just doing her thing. And Misa just looking over like, I get a little break. Have a nice. It's almost like a Eddie Van Halen moment, like when he talks about. He's like, "Hey, the best part, you get to listen to the best guitarist, and I get to have a cold beer." Misa's like, I get to rest on my bass for a little bit, have a cold beer, and watch her do her thing.
Still growing strong more than a decade after their debut. With anime tie-ins expanding their reach to younger audiences and their relentless touring schedule, pulling in new fans across continents, Band-Maid is positioning themselves for an even bigger wave of global recognition. Their declaration of world domination might have started as a tongue-in-cheek slogan, but today it feels more like a prophecy. Looking ahead, we can expect more ambitious tours across North America, Europe, and Asia, perhaps even headlining major festivals that have traditionally been dominated by Western rock acts. There's also the tantalizing possibility of more crossover projects, whether it's collaborations with other artists, soundtracks, or even bigger roles in global media. Beyond the milestones and the accolades, the most exciting part of Band-Maid's future lies in the unknown.
Danny, what the hell?
Because if they've taught us anything, it's that they thrive on breaking expectations.
Honest, Psyche, what are you doing? She just looks so confused. It's like, what am I doing? And Miko's looking over like, no. Both of their facial expressions are just great. Honestly, I know this is far fetched. People are coming in like, yeah, but I really liked the collaboration that they did together. The Warning and Band-Maid. I'd love to see an album. I mean, I know that's probably never going to happen, but you know how awesome that would be to get a whole album with both of them. Is Konami crying? She's such a sweetheart.
Beyond the milestones and the accolades, the most exciting part of Band-Maid's future lies in the unknown. Because if they've taught us anything, it's that they thrive on breaking expectations. Just when people think they figured them out, they find another way to surprise, to evolve, to level up. And that's what keeps their story so compelling. In the end, Band-Maid's rise isn't just about music or costumes or catchy slogans. It's about proving that bold ideas paired with raw talent can resonate across cultures and borders. They've gone from being doubted as a gimmick to commanding respect as one of the tightest, most exciting rock bands on the planet. They've inspired fans not only with their music, but with the audacity of their vision and the unshakable bond they've built with their audience. Band-Maid's identity also carried a subtle challenge to gender norms in rock music. In Japan, the mainstream music scene has long been dominated by idol groups, where female performers are often expected to prioritize looks, choreography, and polished pop sensibilities over raw musicianship. By dressing in outfits associated with stereotypical femininity while playing music,
Well, the beauty is just the added bonus. The musicianship and talent, skills, that's all firsthand. Yeah, the beauty is just a bonus. Because honestly, I guarantee you, if you just heard the music, didn't even look at them, you'd be like, damn, this is fucking awesome. Like I wonder what they look like. And you go to finally look at them after you listen. What the hell? That did that?
that was undeniably aggressive and technically demanding. Band-Maid turned that expectation inside out. They weren't just breaking the mold, they were reshaping it. In interviews, members have often expressed amusement at how quickly skeptics change their tune once they hear them play. That arc, from doubt to respect, became part of the Band-Maid experience itself. The contrast wasn't just aesthetic, it was revolutionary. Ultimately, the concept and identity of Band-Maid worked because it was authentic to them. They weren't trying to fool anyone or rely on surface-level shock value. Instead, they built a layered identity that combined visual theater, playful fan engagement, and serious musicianship into one cohesive package. Each element supported the others, creating a brand that was equal parts entertaining, meaningful, and musically powerful. By leaning into the Maid theme with a wink and a grin, while never compromising on their artistry, they carved out a place in the music world that no one else could occupy. They didn't just wear costumes, they wore armor. And with that armor, they began their march toward world domination. As they march forward into the next era of their career, one thing is certain: the world hasn't heard the last of Band-Maid. In fact, their best chapters may still be ahead. So, whether you've been with them since the very first service in a tiny Tokyo club, or you've only just discovered them through a viral video or a streaming platform, now is the perfect time to join the ride. Because the maids who rock the world aren't slowing down in their mission of world domination. It's only just getting started.
That's what I like to hear. All right. This is a pretty decent little mini documentary. I mean, most of the stuff we already knew, but hey, like I said, there's always chance of like something that might have been missed or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I love learning more and more about all these different bands because they're just so incredibly talented, and it just blows my mind. Like, long day. So, anyway, I'll definitely be checking out more stuff. I think I did see something on what's his page, Orange. Yeah, I think I saw something drop on his page too. So definitely be checking that out because that nothing against this person did a great job, but I mean, of course, there's only so much you can fit in 10 minutes. But the other guy, Orange, he went above and beyond, like anybody I've ever seen do for like one of these type of bands. I wish there were more people to do his style of documentaries for like some of the other groups, because I like how he split them up on each individual member. So you got to learn solely on that member at the time. I mean, yeah, Miku had 3 parts, but rightfully so. She one of the most determined, hardworking, like people I've ever seen try to get to where they're at. Like, she worked her ass off, and I couldn't give enough love to that. Like, give that girl her recognition. Like, you're not gonna see many more people like her or like some of these other groups. So, but thank you again, everybody, for coming by. I always appreciate all the support, especially the Band-Maid community, and all the other groups that I've been getting into, especially the couple recent ones that I've started to tap into. So it's a never-ending rabbit hole. Let's just keep it going. More we put these all these faces on these reactions and like other videos and whatnot, the more people are gonna get to see them, and the more are gonna get to hear them. So let's keep them in the spotlight where they deserve. So until next time, y'all take it easy. Rock on, everybody.